Ever felt like Google knows you better than your own mother? Or that your phone listens a little too well? Yeah, you're not alone. Welcome to the internet's secret basement. No, not the place where memes are born, but the one where privacy still lives and breathes barely. This is Cyber Incarnate, and today we're slipping past the digital bouncers, pulling back the curtain, and diving headfirst into the world of Tor, aka the superhero cape for internet anonymity. We're going to break down what Tor really protects, how it works under the hood, and why staying anonymous online isn't as easy as wearing a hoodie and turning off location. So grab your VPN, or a fresh cup of paranoia, and let's get into the hidden layers of the web, where privacy battles surveillance in a never-ending game of cat and mouse. Let's start by clearing up a common confusion. The deep web and the dark web aren't the same. The deep web is just anything online that search engines like Google can't find. Stuff like private databases, academic journals, or password-protected sites. The dark web, on the other hand, is a smaller part of the deep web. It's intentionally hidden and requires special tools like Tor to access. Now, what is Tor? It stands for the Onion Router. And just like the name suggests, it wraps your data in multiple layers of encryption, like an onion. The goal? Hide who you are and where you're going online. So how does Tor actually pull off this cloak and dagger magic? When you launch the Tor browser, it automatically selects 3 random relays from a global network of thousands, volunteer-run servers scattered across the world. These are called nodes, and they come in 3 flavors: entry or guard, middle, and exit. Before your data goes anywhere, your computer wraps it in 3 layers of encryption, kind of like digital Matryoshka dolls. The outermost layer is encrypted specifically for the entry node. The second layer is meant for the middle node. The final innermost layer can only be read by the exit node. When the data is sent out, each node does its part. The entry node removes the first layer. It knows you started the connection but has no clue where it's ultimately headed. The middle node just passes the baton. It can't see where the message came from or where it's going. It's the blind middleman. The exit node decrypts the final layer and delivers the message to its destination. It sees the target, but not the sender. No single node has the whole story. And just when someone might start to piece things together, Tor reshuffles the entire path roughly every 10 minutes, a digital version of switching getaway cars mid-chase. It's like trying to follow a whisper through a maze where the walls keep moving. This layered encryption method is called onion routing, and it's what gives the Tor project its name. It's not just clever, it's a masterclass in privacy engineering. Now let's peel back the curtain on hidden services, those mysterious .onion websites that only exist inside the Tor network. These aren't your average .coms. They don't sit out in the open on the regular internet. Their locations? Completely hidden. Their visitors? Cloaked in anonymity. It's like a private club where neither the host nor the guest knows where the other lives, but they still manage to meet. Here's the genius behind it. When a hidden service goes online, it creates a descriptor, a cryptographic treasure map. Inside that map are public keys and introduction points, which are like secure liaisons that help strangers meet without revealing too much. The descriptor is then published into Tor's distributed hash table. Think of it as a decentralized bulletin board available only within Tor. When you, the user, want to visit that hidden service, your Tor client does something magical. It grabs the descriptor, the hidden services map. It chooses a rendezvous point, a temporary relay server somewhere in the Tor network. Then it reaches out to one of the introduction points listed in the descriptor, passing along the location of the rendezvous point and an encrypted message. The introduction point acts like a middleman. It tells the hidden service, hey, someone wants to meet you. Here's where you can go if you're interested. If the hidden service agrees, it connects to the rendezvous point too. And just like that, the two of you are connected, without ever knowing each other's IP address. This entire handshake happens through layers of encryption, like passing sealed notes through trusted couriers who can't read what's inside. Since 2017, Tor has upgraded to version 3 onion services, making those addresses longer, 56 characters long to be exact. These aren't just randomly generated messes of letters and numbers. They're based on ED 25519 public key cryptography, which ensures that each address is cryptographically bound to the hidden service identity. That means better protection against spoofing, stronger access control, and vastly more security under the hood. So next time you stumble onto a .onion site that looks like a keyboard faceplant, know that behind it is a fortress of encryption, anonymity, and clever design. Let's say you live in a country where Tor is blocked. You fire up the browser and nothing. The gateway is sealed. That's where bridges come in, your backdoor to the open web. Bridges are stealth entry nodes, unlisted and undercover. They're not part of the public directory, so your internet provider or government can't easily spot you're using Tor. It's like sneaking into a locked building through a service entrance no one knows exists. Some bridges are even smarter. They use obfuscation protocols like OBFS4 or meek. These tools cloak your Tor traffic to look like something innocent, like you're just watching cat videos on YouTube or Googling cookie recipes. OBFS4 uses randomization to scramble your data patterns, while meek tunnels your traffic through big-name cloud providers, making it nearly indistinguishable from normal HTTPS activity. But it's a constant game of cat and mouse. Censors sniff out and block bridges. Tor users request new ones. Rinse, repeat. Even if you're connected, that doesn't mean you're untouchable. One of Tor's biggest vulnerabilities is traffic correlation. Imagine a powerful adversary, like a nation-state, watching both ends of the line, your ISP on one side and the final exit node on the other. If they can observe timing, packet size, and traffic volume, they might connect the dots and unmask you. To reduce this risk, Tor assigns you a guard node, a single, trusted entry point your browser sticks with for months. This lowers the odds of picking a malicious node every time you connect. But if your guard gets compromised, things get messy. And speaking of malicious nodes, some attackers run their own Tor relays, waiting to get selected in your circuit. Back in 2020, one entity controlled nearly 25% of all exit nodes. That's a massive surface area for spying. To counter this, Tor relies on directory authorities, a small group of trusted servers that vet and monitor every node in the network. They assign consensus weights, track uptime and bandwidth, and blacklist suspicious actors. Its reputation meets cryptography. But even the strongest encryption won't save you from sloppy habits. Ever heard of end-to-end leaks? Tor protects your connection, not your common sense. Log into your personal Gmail account. You've just exposed yourself. Run some shady JavaScript on a sketchy .onion site. Your browser might whisper secrets you didn't mean to share. That's why the Tor browser comes locked down. It disables risky plugins, limits scripts, and forces HTTPS wherever possible. It tries to save you from, well, you. Then there's the civil attack. An attacker floods the network with fake nodes, hoping you'll route your traffic through one of them. The more relays they control, the more they see. Tor fights this by checking real bandwidth use and watching for weird patterns, but it's not foolproof. Another silent assassin? Website fingerprinting. Even without decrypting your traffic, attackers can study the shape and rhythm of your data flow, how many packets you send and when, and make eerily accurate guesses about what site you're visiting. To fight back, Tor devs are experimenting with traffic padding, basically stuffing fake data into the stream to confuse observers. It's still a work in progress, but the goal is to make every session look the same, no matter what site you're on. But the greatest threat to anonymity? You. Bad OPSEC, operational security, is what really brings people down. The Silk Road didn't fall because Tor failed. It fell because of reused usernames, personal emails, lazy mistakes. Smart users go beyond Tor. Some run it behind a VPN for an added layer of deniability. Others use Tails, a live OS that runs entirely from a USB stick, leaves no trace on your machine, and funnels all traffic through Tor. Hardcore privacy warriors go with Whonix, two virtual machines working in tandem. One handles the Tor connection, the other handles everything else. Even if one VM gets owned, the attacker doesn't get the full picture. And when governments crank up the censorship, users strike back with pluggable transports, tools that make Tor traffic look like totally unrelated activity. Snowflake is a brilliant example. It turns everyday browsers into temporary proxies, letting people in censored regions sneak through undetected. Beyond Tor, there are rising stars like I2P and Lokinet, decentralized networks also built for privacy, though with different architectures and trade-offs. The dark web isn't just crime and chaos. You'll find secure drop for whistleblowers, .onion versions of DuckDuckGo and Proton Mail, and forums for activism and free speech under oppressive regimes. But don't get it twisted. Law enforcement isn't asleep. Operations like Anonymity and Bayonet took down major darknet markets not by cracking Tor, but by exploiting human error, tracing crypto, and planting malware. Tor is evolving fast, Developers are testing quantum-resistant encryption, smarter traffic shaping, even peer-to-peer relay systems to ditch centralized trust models. Meanwhile, the attackers are leveling up too, training AI to detect patterns, hunting for zero-day vulnerabilities, and lurking in wait. So here's the truth. Tor is powerful, but it's not a cloak of invisibility, it's a tool, a weapon, a strategy. But your anonymity? That's on you. If you're serious about privacy, if you're curious about the deep end of the internet, if you want to understand how freedom and surveillance collide in code, then welcome. Cyber Incarnate is your safe house for exploring the truth behind the tech. And we're just getting started.